You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. Well, you got to wonder if this ties into the video I did yesterday where we found out that essentially to Russia right now, particularly because of the war with the Ukraine, we found out yesterday that essentially Brittney Griner is not a priority for Russia right now. They're not worried about getting her back here to the U.S., Russia, that is. And most notably, they're not even moving in any kind of direction right now with getting this prisoner swap done for Victor Bout or anything like that. Now, unfortunately, there is a U.S. Marine involved here that could end up, he better not fall through the cracks or we will absolutely obliterate the Biden administration over that oversight. But supposedly, Paul Whelan, his family is going to meet with the Biden administration. So is Brittney Griner. But I got a bad feeling about it in the fact that when it comes to Whelan's family, are they going to get delivered the same news that we got yesterday, which is right now, Russia just does not want to move on this. We found out yesterday that Brittney Griner is extremely stressed during this appeals process. And luckily for her, she will not have to hear the national anthem here in the United States, it looks like anytime soon. Breitbart, Griner and Whelan families to meet with Biden amid U.S.-Russian talks. President Joe Biden plans to meet at the White House on Friday with the family members of WNBA star Brittney Griner and Michigan corporate security executive Paul Whelan, both of whom remain jailed in Russia, senior administration officials told the Associated Press. The separate meetings are to be the first in-person encounter between Biden and the families and are taking place amid sustained but so far unsuccessful efforts by the administration to secure the Americans' release. The administration said in July that it had made a substantial offer to get them home, but despite plans for White House meetings, there is no sign of an imminent breakthrough. Yikes. Griner, who's been held in Russia since February on drug-related charges, she was sentenced to last month to 9 years in prison after pleading guilty and has appealed the punishment. Whelan is serving a 16-year sentence on espionage-related charges he and his family say are false. The U.S. government regards both as wrongfully detained, placing their cases with the offices of its top hostage negotiator. Why are these other two Americans not labeled wrongfully detained? I mean, Brittney Griner literally admitted to doing exactly what she was accused of doing. She's called wrongfully detained. Mark Fogel and Sarah Kavarnik, we've heard nothing about. By the way, they're teachers from America, okay? Wow. Friday's meetings, which both families have long sought, are intended. Look, y'all may have long sought it, but you're destined to be disappointed. You're destined to be disappointed. That's my feeling tomorrow. Friday's meetings, which both families have long sought, are intended to underscore the administration's commitment to bringing Griner, Whelan, and other Americans jailed abroad, as well as to, quote, connect them on a human level as they undergo an ordeal that the Russian government has imposed on them, said one official who spoke on the condition of anonymity as the meetings have not yet been publicly announced. Ruh-roh. Negotiations have been complicated by the tense relations between Washington and Moscow over Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken took unusual step of announcing 2 months ago that the administration had made a substantial proposal to Russia. Russia was very vocal about the fact they didn't like that going public. Since then, the administration has followed up in multiple ways to press its offer and get serious negotiations underway, one of the administration officials said Thursday. The Russians, who have indicated that they are open to negotiation but chided the Americans to conduct them in private, have come back with suggestions that they are not within the administration's ability to deliver, said the official, declining to elaborate. But the U.S. has been following up through the same channels that produced an April prisoner swap that brought Marine Trevor Reed home from Russia, the official said. The administration has not provided specifics about its proposal, but a person familiar with the matter previously confirmed that it had offered to release Victor Bout, a convicted Russian arms dealer now imprisoned in the U.S. It is also possible that in interest of symmetry, Russia might insist on having two of its citizens released from prison. Biden spoke on the phone in July with Griner's wife Cheryl and Whelan's sister Elizabeth. Both families have also requested in-person meetings. On Friday, Biden plans to meet at the White House with Cheryl Griner and with the player's agent in one meeting and Elizabeth Whelan in the other. The meetings are being done separately so as to ensure each family has private time with the president. But the fact that they are happening on the same day shows the extent to which the two cases have become intertwined, since the only deal that is presumably palatable to the U.S. is the one that gets both Americans home, a famous WNBA player and a Michigan man who recently was little known to the public, home together at the same time. In the past several months, representatives of both families have expressed frustration over what they perceive was a lack of aggression, action, and coordination from the administration. Cheryl Griner, for instance, told the AP in an interview in June she was dismayed after the failure of a phone call from her wife that was supposed to have been patched through by the American embassy in Moscow left the couple unable to connect on their 4th anniversary. Whelan's relatives have sought to keep attention on this case. I don't blame them. Anxious that it has been overshadowed in the public eye by the focus of far more prominent Griner. We have tried to make sure Paul Whelan his name stayed involved in this. Again, we got two other Americans over there too. Okay, and they have fell completely through the cracks here. For a basketball player, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and 7-time WNBA All-Star, they also conveyed disappointment when Whelan, despite having been held in Russia since December 2018, was not included in the prisoner swap last April that brought home another detained American Marine veteran, Trevor Reed. Friday's meeting was scheduled before news broke this week of an unconnected trip to Russia by Bill Richardson, a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, who has been a veteran emissary in hostage and detainee cases. We went over that yesterday. So, if you have not seen that video, go check it out. But that's what we covered yesterday. And like I said yesterday, the news was not good. And you got to wonder, and I hope this is not the case for the sake of the Whelan family, but you've got to wonder if part of this is a, let me pat you on the head. Here you are, American president. Woohoo! You're getting this meeting. This is a tide you over. Look at one hand while this hand does absolutely nothing. Okay, and buy the Biden administration some time in light of what we talked about yesterday with the fact that Brittney Griner simply is not a priority to Russia right now because of the Ukraine war. Essentially, and the way that read was Putin doesn't have time for it right now. He doesn't have time for Brittney Griner. And you got to wonder, is this part of it? Is this a pacify situation for Cheryl Griner, for Elizabeth Whelan, for the Whelan family? I hope not. And look, I understand. Yeah, Griner, her family misses her. Okay, and I understand that. But man, it's hard to have sympathy for Brittney when I know she couldn't stand this country in the way she did. That is hard, okay? And look, that's not for me. Look, you protest the national anthem and things like that. Where I come from, that's not having very much love for the country. In fact, we call that unpatriotic where I come from. So maybe we got different versions. That's great. But, hell, I'm wearing a flag right now. there's a flag behind me. National anthem comes on, you stand up, take your hat off, put your hand over your heart, and shut up and respect it. So, you get my point. Tell me what you think. Black and white sports fans, another Brittney Griner video back to back, but this time, she's meeting with Joseph Biden himself. That's destined to go nowhere. Wow. Not Brittney Griner, Cheryl Griners. Yeah, the families are. Boy, that would have looked bad. We would have absolutely rolled them had they not met with Paul Whelan's family. That would have been really bad. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.